Good afternoon, everybody. It's Dr. Galvin with today's non-coronavirus update. Now, normally on a Saturday or Sunday, I'll usually give people a little bit of a pep talk, but today we're going to do something a little bit different because I really need some input. And actually, I'm asking for input for both my regular viewers and all of those people who have been trolling my Plandemic posts as well, because this is directed actually at you as well. And so I received a phone call from Tim Ray, who's the founder of the UI Network and also the host of what's called the Good Intentions Show. It's an internet TV show, and he invited me to come on their show on the 27th of May and debate Dr. Judy Mikovits about her Plandemic video. Now, as many of you know, I've devoted a couple videos to debunking a lot of the bad science in Plandemic. And I think that a lot of the information that they're putting out is potentially dangerous. So I was a little bit hesitant because the UI network tends to be a little bit extreme in terms of the programming they produce, and I get some sense that it's a bit of a trap, meaning that they want to get in this doc who doesn't know much and put him in front of Dr. Judy and kind of destroy him online and on air. That being said, I kind of insisted that I speak with Dr. Judy, and I spoke with Dr. Mikovits today. She's very, very sweet. And we agreed to some ground rules, and those ground rules were that I'm not going to talk about things I have no idea about. I don't know anything about a worldwide conspiracy with Bill Gates. I don't know anything about her relationship with Fauci and internal workings of NIH that occurred when she was a researcher 10, 20 years ago. Those things I have no way of knowing, and I'm not willing to even speculate about any of those things. I am willing, though, to talk about the medical facts on the ground, and I think it would be interesting if we have her point of view as a former virologist and PhD coming from the hard science end of things with a certain particular bent and viewpoint, and myself coming from a clinical background where I actually take care of these patients. And we both agreed that the ultimate goal of this would be to provide people with more information to try to make them ultimately safer. And I think along those lines, I'm pretty comfortable doing it. Now, I obviously have got to do a lot of prepping for this and everything else. But I've had a good conversation with Tim Ray, and I think that it can be done in a fair way. And I'm not going to allow myself to get ambushed. But I do think that if we are going to fight against censorship, and if I'm going to stick by my guns of what I've been saying is that I want, civil discourse, then for me not to do this is sort of, me being a hypocrite. I'm saying civil discourse, but I'm not willing to engage in it. So I think that I am willing to engage in it. I want to get your opinion. So if you could put in the comments whether you think I should do it or not do it. And if you're someone who's been trolling me and putting all those nasty things in there, I especially want your viewpoint, because put your money where your mouth is. You keep posting all this crazy stuff with no proof to back it up. I'm willing to put myself on the spot. You should be willing to do the same. Like I said, we've got to check our own facts. Don't believe anything you say. And I think that it's important for people that have disparate viewpoints to be able to sit down and have a civil discussion. And I hope that's what we're looking at on the 27th. So I'm inclined to agree to the interview. I do want to get some input from the broader Facebook and YouTube audience. So I'm going to put this out there. This is today's video. Put in your comments whether or not I should do it. And also, if there are particular points that you want me to bring up, put those in there as well. Again, I'm not a virologist. I'm not an epidemiologist. I'm not going to talk about world conspiracies and things like that I have no way of knowing anything about. But if it's related to the virus, to the medical treatment of the virus, to keeping people safe, things that I'm passionate about and actually have firsthand knowledge and experience with, I'm certainly willing to discuss all of those things. And hopefully we can find some common ground, because as we've said before, the solutions to these big problems are never found at the extremes, not on the extreme right or the extreme left. They're always found somewhere in the middle. So maybe by talking to Dr. Judy, we can actually find some common ground and actually give people some actionable advice to go forward without sowing a lot of fear and apprehension to the population. So that's all I have to say today. Put your comments below on both YouTube and Facebook, and I'm going to make a decision in the next 24 hours in large part based on what you guys post. Have a great evening. Beautiful day here in North Carolina. Hope it's the same where you are, and I'll be back tomorrow.